The Western Cape is a popular tourist attraction for locals and tourists alike. But the industry was crippled during the hard lockdown and is still battling to recover. Well, joining me now for more is reporter Monique Mortlock, who is in Franschhoek for some food tasting. Good afternoon, Monique. Wish I was there with you this afternoon. But how are things there as far as tourism is concerned? And I know we are even speaking on a day in which alcohol is not being sold on days like this.
Well, luckily, people can enjoy their alcohol in establishments like the one I'm at. I'm here in Franschhoek. I hope I'm not butchering the pronunciation too much, because as we know, Franschhoek has been described as the food and wine capital of South Africa. So I would have been remiss not to come to one of the finest restaurants in Franschhoek. We'll be doing a bit of a tasting. But before we get to that, I just wanted to chat to the owner, Darren Badenhorst. Tell us about what you've been seeing over the last few months, especially as we're seeing the weather improving. Just driving into Franschhoek, it's bustling. The town is busy. We've been seeing people in and out of restaurants. You have various establishments. One of your establishments just down the road, the Tuk Tuk microbrewery, I saw was buzzing with people. Tell us about what the recovery rate has been like when it comes to tourism and getting more visitors in your establishments.
So it's been an interesting process. We've definitely seen a big increase in the weekends. The weekends have been wonderful. The locals are really coming out. They like to get away. They like to get out of the city. And there's not many better places than Franschhoek, to be honest. It's the food and wine capital. It has beauty. It has quality in all aspects, be it food, wine, art galleries, experiences, views. So it ticks all the boxes, and we're definitely seeing the weekends are really nice and busy. The locals, because they aren't being able to travel abroad properly, if at all, they really are coming and they're seeing what we have to offer locally, which is amazing.
Now, I know that Chef Marcus has prepared something special for us. You're going to talk us through it. Chef Marcus is going to bring us something quite exceptional. I saw you guys putting the finishing touches on it. Will you be lifting the lid? I feel like I don't even want to touch it. Yeah.
Perfect.
Wow.
So I'm going to just take my mask off for a sec to explain it to you.
I'll take mine off as well.
Okay.
But luckily we are far enough away, so we are observing COVID-19 safety protocols. Explain to me what I'll be eating.
So firstly, with the way that our menu is designed, it's an interactive menu, it's experiential, it's thought-provoking, and it's meant to provoke the senses as well. So this is the chef's taster. It's part of the 12-course tasting menu. This is one of the courses. The guests don't know they're getting this course. It's a surprise course. The chef comes out from the kitchen and he explains it. So it's a good opportunity to meet the chef, to put a face to the name, and it's good exposure for the chefs as well, to meet the clients and see their reactions. So this is called the cold smoke dome. Cold smoke, there's no heat, there's no cooking. It only smokes for about 45 seconds to a minute from the time we smoke it up at the pass, journey to the table until we lift the dome. Smoked with wine barrel chips, again paying homage to the wine region that we're in, Franschhoek. We use local wine barrels, break them down, toast them up, and it gives a beautiful flavour, lovely aromatics. It's local tuna, sustainably caught. Then there's loads of really interesting things in there, creating lovely texture, acidity, sweetness, umami, finding lovely balance. Yuzu caviar, squid ink net, there's ponzu and yuzu, so there's a whole sort of balance there.
And I must say, I'm tasting all of those different elements you mentioned. And one thing that's important with a dish like this, with all of your fine dining dishes is the wine. Explain to me the wine that has been brought to me, and also how important and how critical is it to the fine dining experience?
So this is the How to Spark Cloudfall, which is a beautiful white blend. It's local. The grapes are from the Boerhoek, so they're just up in Franschhoek, maybe 2 kilometers as the crow flies, in a region that has a higher rainfall, so the grapes develop differently. This is a 100% biodiverse estate, so really, really sustainable. And the grapes are allowed to be themselves. They're not controlled, they're not trimmed back, they're not watered, so it's a really unique way to really showcase the varietals. There's Semillon, there's Sauvignon Blanc, there's Chardonnay, and the reason why I've gone for a blend is to showcase all the intricate parts of the food itself. With regards to the wine in Franschhoek, this wine is, for example, at Le Français, only showcases Franschhoek wines. So the only wines in the list are from Franschhoek. The reason why I've done that is because there are enough wines and enough good quality wines and varieties and establishments in Franschhoek for you to be able to showcase your food and showcase their wines. Franschhoek as a wine valley is hand in hand with food and wine. So it's so important for us to support them. Internally they support us, and it's about the harmony of the valley.
And before I really tuck into this delicious, it's not even food, it's a work of art in front of me. So thank you to you and Chef Marcus for this. I have to ask, you mentioned the domestic tourists, seeing more local visitors supporting establishments like this one. Obviously, establishments like yours, they are missing that international clientele, but what have been some of the different or innovative ways that you've been trying to attract more local visitors while staying true to the fine dining experience?
So I think it's important to, obviously the times have changed and times are changing, but it's important to bend but not break. So what we do here is we pretty much have stuck to our guns, and we've stayed with what we do that we know we do well. We keep the consistency, we keep the creativity, but you need to be able to bend, and you need to be a bit flexible. So be that in operating hours and times or days of the week, how you structure it with your staff contingent or your ingredients to be able to make it more affordable for your client to come and dine. But there's many ways to do it, and different establishments need to be able to be flexible. So like at my other restaurants, for example, where it's more casual, you can draw in a different clientele, and you're getting in higher numbers of people, higher volumes. Whereas Le Français, for example, and Le Chêne, one of my other establishments based up in Leo Estates, that's a more refined offering, and it's a higher spend. So you get a higher spend, so you can afford to have less people in. So you need to just be creative and be conscious of the times. And we're hoping and we firmly believe that things will go back to normal. And so with us sticking to our guns, we hope to be ahead of the proverbial curve of when things come back to normal.
Thank you very much. That was Darren Badenhorst, a restaurateur who owns several establishments here in Franschhoek. I'll be tucking into my delicious meal and my glass of wine. Cheers.